In this next example, a sample of students were asked how many texts they sent that day. We want to construct a box plot using StatCrunch, and the data is given below. So I'm going to open up StatCrunch. Now I've put the numbers already in here from 49 all the way to 31. At the top, I want to change this to the title of text. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to find out what is the 5-number summary. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to go to Stat, I'm going to go down to Summary Stats, and then select Columns. And then I want to select the text columns. And then what I want to do is I want to find the 5-number summary. So I can scroll down here and I can select the minimum, hit the control button, the maximum, quartile 1, quartile 3. Okay, and then if I also want the median, and if I want, I'd like to have the range. And that's what I want for the 5-number summary. So I'm going to select compute, and then I'm going to copy this information. So here is my summary of my statistics. I have the minimum, the maximum, quartile 1, quartile 3. We also have our median, and if you recall that the median is quartile 2. So now we have our summary statistics, but now we want to be able to now graph the box plot. So now we're going to go back to StatCrunch, and then we're going to go ahead and then select graph. So what do we want to graph? We want to create a box plot. So how do we create a box plot? Well, scrolling down here, we can see the title of box plot. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to select texts. Okay, and it says plot groups for each column. We only have one column. It says use fences to identify outliers, which is what we want because we want to be able to have fences and identify any outliers in there. And then we also want to be able to draw boxes either horizontally or vertically. So we want to draw them horizontally, just like we've done in our examples. Okay, and then it says dividers. We don't have any, we have none for that. We can use a color scheme, but we're going to leave that alone unless you want to. The X label, okay, we're going to label this and call this number of text. And then we don't need a Y-axis label. But if we go back to the top, it says how many texts students sent in a day. So we can come back up here and then in the title, we're going to put the number of texts students sent in a day. And then from here, we're going to select compute. So here's the title. There's the bottom part. So let's go ahead and take a look at that here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Okay, so we can see here are our outliers. And then we have our lower and upper fence. We also have our quartile 2, and then quartile 1 and quartile 3. And so therefore we can go ahead and label them. So StatCrunch can also give us a box plot. Now, if we wanted to, let's say we wanted it to copy this into like a Microsoft Word document. You can select copy, and then here it says to right-click the image and select copy image or copy, and then to paste into a Word or a PowerPoint. So we're going to choose paste. So here we can either right-click and then say copy image, and then we're going to paste this into a Word document. And so therefore that's how we can get the graph into a Word document for any future items that you may have in a particular course. And therefore that concludes drawing a box plot in StatCrunch.